Going to be taking the carpets out, pressure washing the carpets, get whatever residual coolant is left over. Obviously coolant doesn't evaporate, so that's going to be part of the process, taking the seats out to get the carpets out along with the dash to do the heater core. So enjoy the time lapse. So just to give you guys a glimpse of the heater core and how bad it was, I did end up eventually putting a 90-degree fitting there just to hose it off to stop leaking in the carpet in the car. But you can just see how bad these hoses were going into it. I mean, they're plastic, very brittle. This is cracked right down here. So they're leaking outside in this firewall as well as inside eventually. So I'm sure we'll see more of that once we get in the car and get the this heater core right here out. So to remove these seats, just got to remove these slide clips. You got 2 bolts here. Remove both of those. So on the back of the seat here, just gonna unscrew this Phillips. There's another one over on this side, right there, to remove these covers. And that's what's holding the back of the seat kind of in these rails that are glued to the car. So I'm going to remove those now. Now with those covers removed, you can see there's a giant gap here. And that's basically when you remove the front bolts of the seat, it slides back here and then up and out. You can see the same thing on this side here. So once those covers are removed, it leaves an opening for the seat rails to slide on and then come out back here. Now with both of those screws undone, they're 6mm Allen bolts, just so you're aware. You should be able to slide the seat freely. And then we'll have a couple wires down there we gotta unplug, but other than that, it should slip right out the back here. Now that those are open, just gonna get those wires unplugged after I disconnect the battery, and then we'll be able to move forward. I'm gonna go ahead and get those removed. I can remove that yellow one, that's the airbag connector. The battery is now disconnected, so it is safe to remove all of those plugs. Now with all 3 of these plugs removed from both the driver and the passenger seat, they move freely now. Back there, they'll be able to slide out, so once we get the back up there, we're actually going to move it forward and then sneak it out this driver's door. It's much bigger than the passenger rear door, so it's going to be the same process on both sides. Going to go ahead and do that now. So now both the driver and passenger seat are removed. I also removed that back rear bench seat just because I got to pull the carpet up. Gonna get working on this center console and the trim pieces, get the carpet out first because it's gonna take a while to dry. You can almost see it's a little damp back here. Maybe not so much on camera. A little bit more there, you can see it. That's all very wet with coolant, very sticky. But We're gonna get working on that center console up there, get the radio out, all of that humbo jumbo out of the way, because it's got to be removed for the heater core, dash removal up here anyways. But look, all kinds of room in here. We got the carpet out. As you can see, there's plenty of coolant still kind of all around the connectors and all the wires on the floor. So it's gonna be some time to clean all of this up. But first, I'm gonna go pressure wash the carpet. Get that taken care of because that's gonna take a while to dry. I'll come back to this. This is the back side of the carpet. You can kind of see all the spots the coolant just sat and stained the foam. I'm gonna try and pressure wash all this out. Just finished getting the carpet all installed. Looks pretty clean because of the pressure washing and everything, but after a little dehumidifying, the carpet was finally dry. We were able to get it back in here. Got the lower trim and these B-pillar trim pieces all back installed as well. Just kind of hold down the sides of it. And then we're gonna get working on that front area, get the center console back in before we put the seats in, just to make it a little bit easier. Lots of trim pieces and stuff to go back in. So that's what's gonna be next. We got the carpet all back in, the seats are all put back in, dasher's all back together, leaving this portion still apart because I have to make sure I hooked up the boost gauge power wire correctly to accessory power. It's been just constantly powered for a long time now. I need to figure that out. So I'm just leaving that apart for now. It's a couple bolts, I can put that on later. The seats are all back together. Couple pieces, these are the pieces for the lower trim over there, but everything is put back together. Now all we have to do is finish putting the battery in, install the new filter while I was here, and clean out that area a little bit and get the windshield wiper blades back on, and then we will see if we have any codes after all this, and hopefully we have heat. Battery and all that's hooked back up, the new air filter. This is going to be it for today, and then tomorrow at some point we'll start her up, we'll bleed the heater core, make sure all the wiring and everything's good, we didn't forget anything, make sure there are no codes, but everything's pretty much back together at this point. It'll just be some finishing touches. Took a little over a week only because after pressure washing the carpet, it took about a week with the dehumidifier and a tent, and that finally got it dry as of this morning. So now it was good to put back in, but before that it took some time to officially dry it, and we had the time, so figured let it dry or we were gonna get a new carpet. Everything's pretty much put back together at this point. We didn't do a lot of filming of the back together process just to speed it up because it's been in here for so long and I wanted to get it back out.